Welcome to O.P.O.P, the podcast, Operation Protect Our Peace.
I'm Stacey.
I'm Sarah.
Tune into O.P.O.P as we expose all the hard stuff to get to the sweet stuff.
You'll get the truth, plot twists, and the pivots you need to protect your peace.
Life hits hard,
but with God, O.P.O.P hits harder.
Hey, Joy Stealers.
We're coming for you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to O.P.O.P, the podcast, Operation Protect Our Peace. I'm Stacey.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is episode 25.
At least we hope, by the way. We don't really know. We're hoping.
But either way, it is the close of season 1
Yay.
of O.P.O.P, the podcast. So it's beautiful. It's exciting. And today's episode, to wrap up, is actually going to just be Sarah and I sharing some of our favorite moments in the season of this beautiful time and what we're doing now and what we're doing going forward. Mm-hmm. So I would love to start with you.
Okay, great. So wow, the season, we started in August or September of last year.
We started prepping in August, I think, and we recorded in September of 2025.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. We've done so many things, talked a lot about, talked about a lot. I did not sleep well last night. There's this thud up in the roof of my house that's like this every hour. So I didn't sleep, which is why I'm a little bit stuttery. One of my favorite things about doing O.P.O.P with you were our photo shoots.
Me too. So fun. I was thinking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Prep for our stuff. We had so much fun.
Totally. Like, I loved our photo shoots. Like, when we did our first photo shoot, we had probably 100 outfits in the car, the back of Gabby's car. That was so fun. Yeah. We had
enjoy that cute outfit, and we understood that assignment.
Yes.
We over-prepared.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We did use a lot of them, though.
We did. I know. I was impressed. It was more of like a checklist. We
had some fun ones.
Yeah.
But that was a highlight for me, too.
Yeah. Photo shoots, being able to get to know you. And I know that you're going to share that, too. But get to know Stacey more, because Stacey and I, we knew each other and we're good friends. But, we got to know each other so much more during the podcast because we're sharing vulnerable moments for the first time on a mic in front of each other. Mm-hmm. And just having the iron sharpen iron and the threefold cord. Mm-hmm. So there's so many examples I could give, but because of time, I'm going to hand it over to Stacey because she actually has some really fun news and some updates. And so she's going to break that down for us of where she's at now, what God's asking her to step into. And then we'll close with how O.P.O.P will proceed. And then we'll wish you guys the best.
Yes. Well, I would call this a transition into a new chapter because you all have heard me, if you've tuned in, you've heard me talk about my life verse being John 10:10. My business name is 1010 Living, and it's based on living life to the fullest. So I first want to pause too and honor you and thank you, because originally this was years ago, your idea. God put it on your heart to do a podcast. And I just love how he works, because I think about how we met. And I know we shared our story, how we met. But when I think about you and I know the moment that he put us in each other's lives, it was one of those instant connections. It was one of those magnetic, you just know this person should be in your life. And I loved it too, because I would hear Sarah vulnerably sharing her story. I would vulnerably share part of mine. And you get to know someone such on a deeper level when you get to do that. And so that was probably my favorite thing about this this season rather, and growing our friendship, as well as I enjoyed that we could laugh. I enjoyed that not only the prep leading up to all of our episodes, but when I would prepare for an episode, one of my favorite things thinking back was God would show me something to say, or he would show up in the moment. And he just reminded me that this time of doing this is a season for us. And the friendship lasts, it goes on throughout life. And yet this part was really meant, and it was a big part. We hope that it helped so many of you and listeners that we hope that this lives on to help many more to come, because that's the beauty of doing these recordings, so that what we went through and what we have gone through is not for just us to grow in, but for people who are in hard stuff now. And so those are some of my favorite moments, and just enjoying seeing us both blossom. And also I thought back today even, and I thought, wow, that took so much courage for us to do this.
I still get anxiety and I get nervous knowing that our stories are on the internet. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. But we both knew that, and
right.
Our heart was for others.
Yeah.
But I came out of that a different person.
Mm-hmm.
I came out of it after ripping the Band-Aid to say, I'm gonna have courage to say the real story and what has brought me here, because it doesn't have power over me anymore. It has less power than it did in September. And part of it was because we spoke up.
Yeah.
And so
I published it for all of the world to hear.
We did. So please, somebody grow from it.
Oh, we have one. Actually, shout out to Jenna. More on that later. Thank you, Jenna, for saying this changed your life.
Okay. So continue protecting your peace. We hope that those are the nuggets that you took away, and our real life, our real conversations, but that you took away to protect your peace more. So I love you, Sarah, and thank you.
Oh,
I can't wait for you to hear how it's going to proceed going forward. So what 10-10 living is to me, I'll jump to that. So the verse is, I have come that they may have life and life to the fullest. And this was put on my heart to not only be a life verse. I talk about it being my life verse, but it's really my life purpose. It's the vision that I have. It's the purpose that I have. And I've mentioned this before, but as my career is in health and fitness and wellness, and God put this on my heart to grow it, that not only to shine his light, because of the fullest life, the only way we can fully reach it is by having his light. And so shining that to others to at least say it is possible for you and all of us. So that, as well as there's pillars. So I would love to say that the next exciting thing is that I will be continuing with a podcast that will be the 10-10 Living podcast. And it's going to be focused on life and life to the fullest. And so it'll be from multiple perspectives, but I think that's just such a beautiful thing, and how we hope that people could learn from our stories, but we'll continue this on from all walks of life, all ages, to see how people are accomplishing that in their real lives, and how we can take this forward. Protecting our peace is a layer of it, because we have, and I think 10-10 and thinking of the fullness, it's to me that we have an opportunity not just to get life, but we have an opportunity to live it fully. So that's what it's going to be based on. And you will most likely see Sarah again as my guest and hopefully vice versa down the road too. So what it's going to look like is having a guest, and will answer meaningful life questions according to their perspectives on how they see life to the fullest for them. And real life application, what has worked. And not only that, but we'll have the 10 pillars of life to the fullest according to the guest. We'll have the 10-10 lifelines, and those will be nuggets that we can learn from. And a little teaser, one of my guests is 89, almost 90. And
is your grandma?
No, actually, it's a client and friend. But just so you know that we're going to see young, we're going to see seasoned, we're going to see all walks of life and all different types of beautiful. And, many times you think of have people on as guests that they call successful. And it may look a lot like what you did to accomplish this or what you did to accomplish that. But these are going to be your humble heroes of everyday life that lived life well and how we can learn from them. So that's what we're going to do. The whole goal is to not only just talk about life to the fullest, but actually see transformation in our lives and take it to say, I'm not asking them questions. We're actually changing how we think and how we live. And hopefully that can apply to each of our lives, that we pick up things from it. And so that is something that I'm very grateful for getting to be a co-host this season, because talking about preparation, it prepared me to have the confidence to do what has been on my heart for 15 years.
Yeah.
Really. And I have been building it. And that's what's neat also, because I have built sections. Yeah. And this was just another beautiful piece of it coming to life.
Totally.
Coming to life.
Yes.
So that's how I would tie up that. I thank you. And I would love to hear what our listeners can expect for O.P.O.P.
Yes, absolutely.
Going forward.
I'm excited for you. And I love how it's all fit in with 10-10. I love that it's very thematic, and it's really inspirational, and it's purposed, right? So I'm excited for you. And I'm looking forward to listening and also collaborating, and you coming back on too.
Better believe it.
And so moving forward, so we'll wrap up this season with Stacey as our fantastic season 1, wonderful, beautiful, amazing guest.
Thank you.
And co-founder. I was like, how do I say that?
Yes.
And then season 2 and season 3 and moving on, it'll be different people. It'll be either season 2 we'll do Jonathan and I, and we'll go into marriage, divorce, dating, blended families, or it'll be a bunch of different people and with testimonies and sharing different topics, different themes, really anything and everything under the sun. But it'll be surrounding marriage, blended family, singlehood, dating, health, wellness, gosh, what else? What else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about everything: theology, spiritual warfare. Yeah. We're going to dig into Bible stories, and we're going to have some episodes that are a little bit nutty and maybe a little, conspiracy theory. It's going to be a bunch of things, but the overall foundation and theme is going to be finding our peace and building our purpose. And we want to have stories that heal, grow, and inspire. And so there's really not going to be a certain thematic topic. It's going to be kind of whatever happens that episode, whatever happens that season, but it'll be different faces.
I love it.
And kind of a change up every time.
Well, to end, I have to share this hilarious story, because two of our consistent listeners are from Ohio. My bestie, shout out Jess. We say at the end, hey, Joy Stealers, we're coming for ya. And we kind of always joked about that, but it was because if somebody's robbing you of your joy, they're also robbing you of your peace. Mm-hmm. So they go hand in hand, and we were saying it that way. And one day she calls me and said, "Who is Joyce Taylor?" And I said, "What?" She goes, "I listen to your podcast, and you always say, hey, Joyce Taylor, we're coming for you." And I'm wondering, who is she? So I Googled her, and I cracked up. So on that note, we're going to wrap up O.P.O.P with, hey, Joy Stealers.
It's so good. We're coming for you. I know. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to season 1. We're so excited to be able to have done this together and with you.
Yes. This is O.P.O.P, the podcast, Operation Protect Our Peace. I'm Stacey.
And I'm Sarah.